Welcome to Mad Mike Makes, and today I'm going to be showing you the router table insert that I made for the Bosch GTS 10XC. So don't go anywhere, I'm going to be right back. So just a quick word of advice. I would use a router that has the height adjustment in the base. And the reason for that is it's a lot easier to adjust it when you don't have to reach into the box and use that adjustment. Okay? It's just tricky to get in there and to, when you build it in, it's just something that's difficult. The other thing is that I've actually made an access point here just to lock the router down. So it's a simple case of unlocking it, adjusting your height from the top, and then locking it again. This is accessible when the router is actually in the wing of the saw. And then one last thing is I just use a simple plumbing fitting to pop that into that hole over there after I've adjusted it, because I don't want the dust extraction to be affected. The dust port is at the back of this box, as you'll see now. Right, so this is the dust port of the machine. As you can see, it's a standard 110mm size, which works with all of my fittings. And you can see how I've actually made some of the fittings just using a method to crimp the PVC pipe. It's a standard 110mm PVC pipe that is used for drainage. So all pretty much standard. You can just buy it at the hardware store. One word of advice, something I would just do a little bit differently next time, is I would actually put this port right at the bottom, because there is actually some dust that gets stuck in the corner and doesn't get extracted very well. So this box with the router in, if you want to call it that, literally just drops into, let's get that cord put away, drops into the saw like that. And I've made mine with a little bit of leeway, but I mean, you could take up the whole saw if you want, the whole gap if you wanted to. I just wanted that to kind of almost lock into place, and then you just lock the fence into place. So as you can see, the saw fence can actually double as a router fence depending on the application, depends on what you want to router. So if I wanted to cut a groove in this piece of MDF, I'd obviously be standing on the other side of the saw, but as you can see, that would work quite nicely. This fence would work quite nicely. If, however, you are wanting to route sort of a rebate into the corner of this bit of MDF, that router cutter would, part of it would need to actually be in the fence, and so this fence wouldn't work. So what I would suggest in that particular case is that you make a fence similar to this, that just clamps onto your existing fence or clips onto it. I might even make a video on that, and then of course you can then adjust it, just depending on how far you want to route into your rebate into the piece of wood. But of course this fence would need to be securely attached to your saw fence. Now, as you can see, when the router bit is lowered all the way down below this plate, this fence can be extended as you would normally extend it as if you didn't have a box in here. So this is a fantastic space saver, because this router box can actually fit it in here permanently. And if you're in a one-man workshop like I am, you're not going to be using the router and the saw at the same time. So when you want to use the saw, it's a simple case of dropping the router cutter down below the surface, and then you can use the saw as normal. And then when you want to use the router, it's a case of just clipping your fence on, and then using your router. It's actually that simple. So I hope you found this video useful and informative. Most of all, I hope it inspires you to build your own router box for your extension table. Even if you have a different saw to the model that I have, I'm sure that there is a way, just with a bit of creative thinking. So I thank you for watching, and until the next video, I hope you stay safe and have a great day.